Alright, I want to demonstrate a problem that new users might be having if they miss a step in the installation and setup. Okay, so you'll be able to make it through the background workflow fine. You'll go to mark your margin, and right here, right when you're about to hit next and these background processes start, we'll hit next and it will kick us into the curve marking algorithm, or curve marking. But watch up here, we should start getting background process was dropped. So it's attempting to start these processes, and then some of them are failing, particularly the refractory model and the splint shell. Okay, and so I'm going to hit cancel here, and this will just keep happening over and over again because it thinks like, oh, I'm just going to keep trying to get these jobs done. And then I'm going to hit cancel to stop future jobs from being sent, and then that will calm everything down. But what has happened here, what the user has forgotten to do, is when they're first setting up the module, they forgot to set the mandatory settings. So I'm going to save my user preferences, and then this file was saved right before we started marking the margin, so I'm going to close it. So you do need to close and restart Blender. Alright, so now we're going to go back and mark our margin again, and I'm just going to haphazardly draw this as fast as I can, because my goal is not to show you marking a margin, but rather that the background processing will start working. Okay. And so what those mandatory settings do, so now when we watch these jobs get sent off, we'll start seeing them come back as completed successfully up here. One of the settings that the mandatory settings button that I clicked allows is it allows scripts to be run by a file that's just been opened, and that's what's happening in the background is you're sending off a blend file with instructions, and so there's a little safety feature. Blender doesn't just want to let any old file open up and start running code. It could be doing nefarious things. So, but because this code is coming from D3 Splint, we know that it's okay. And so by setting those mandatory settings, that allows your background processes to get off and running. All right, so then you can carry on with the workflow. Okay, so that's the scoop there, is that just in summary, you need to in the user preferences, set the mandatory settings, save your user settings, and restart Blender if you're having the background processes fail. If these little things aren't being checked off, that's the reason why. Okay, thanks for watching.